What's up, beautiful people? How y'all doing? Welcome to Dialogue with the Davises. My name is Cedric, and this is my beautiful wife, Lashana, D. Lashana. How you doing, B?
D. Lashana.
D. Lashana.
Mm.
D. Lashana Glass Davis. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? You. Nah, man. Welcome to Dialogue with the Davises. I'm Cedric. This is my beautiful wife, Lashana. And we have once again been blessed with the opportunity to sit before you and sharing a conversation that we hope leads to positive dialogue, positive communication, healing, restoration, just all types of positive stuff in your marriages, your friend circles, social settings, social groups, all of that stuff, man. So, um, been a minute since we sat down to record. It's been quite some time, huh?
well,
Well, yeah, been a little minute. You know what I'm
it's been a
saying?
little minute.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We life been life, and so we haven't had the opportunity to sit down and record anything or whatever else. But what's crazy is, and I feel like we could share this with you know what I'm saying everybody that's watching. We were home by ourselves today, and we sat down with the intention to record while nobody was home. We did a couple of different little things, talked about some stuff, and we had some technical difficulties
Mm-hmm.
to,
To
to
say
to
the least.
to say the least.
To say
You know
the
what I'm saying?
least.
But nonetheless, we took it as you know what I'm saying. That wasn't something that we were supposed to put out, or that was some content that we weren't supposed to discuss, or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? We're back. You know what I'm saying? In our setting, doing our thing once again with this like take number 13 or something,
You know, I
something
mean,
like
that's
that.
how it works.
I know, man. Look, we was in here big chilling today. You see,
Oh, we had such a
man, we got
good
our
flow.
pajama. That's what I'm saying. We got our pajama pants on. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I ain't had to work today. We had a little 4 day from work and stuff like that. So man, we was in here. No kids was in the house. Like we was just here with just us and Polo.
Yep.
And it just didn't work out.
It did not work out.
But that's all right though. We good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you all hearing the noise or whatever in the background, know and understand the children have come
Yeah.
home from school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We're no longer home by ourselves. We have the full complement of the house minus well Jordan, he out of the house, but
Yeah.
and Man hasn't made it inside from school yet, but everybody else is home. So
So it's a good possibility he'll come to the door tomorrow. Can he get something to eat? So you may get
yeah,
a
yeah.
guest appearance.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he gonna ask for something to eat.
Oh,
But if he
absolutely.
bump into Milan go catch him at the pass and say, "Mom and Dad are recording, so don't go in there." Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be some of that stuff. But
Maybe.
yeah, we'll see. So how you been doing, Ob? How
Um. Well.
you been doing well?
Absolutely.
For real?
How have you been doing?
I've been doing phenomenal. Thank
That's
you for
awesome.
asking.
Love it. Love it.
You
That's
love it?
that's mhm.
That's what's up. Why you so
That's good
silly?
stuff.
Why you over there grinning and stuff like that?
I'm happy with life.
Yeah, life is good, man. You know what I'm saying? Even with all of the ups and downs, the imperfections, and all of that other stuff,
Mhm.
man. Life is definitely a beautiful thing. I think when you have the correct perspective, and you know what
Right.
I'm saying. I think our perspective is becoming more and more clear these days. Not meaning that we don't have issues or you know what I'm saying, not meaning that we don't have challenges or you know what I'm saying, different little hiccups, but you know what I'm saying, I think the correct perspective helps us to come down off of you know what I'm saying, whatever emotional high or low we may be feeling when it comes to circumstances and
Right.
situations or whatever. So that's kind of where we at with it. But man,
I think we should proceed with caution about our topics, though,
oh yeah, we
because we don't
will.
want the stuff
Yeah, to
to
cut
not.
out. Yeah, but I ain't gonna even I ain't gonna even say it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want to play
We're
with
not.
God
Yeah.
like that.
We're not.
You know what I'm
We're
saying?
not.
He might be like, "Oh y'all
Oh, yeah. I
playing?"
thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
watch
okay.
this here. But nah, man, we've been just because we haven't been recording any content doesn't mean we haven't been having some real life conversations
Mhm.
and talking about some things that we feel like are important concerning the nature of our marriage and relationship and just you know what I'm saying, relationships in general. So yeah, we still been having a lot of conversations
Excuse me.
off camera. You know, myself and a wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't used to like to talk that much, but
Ooh, but you have definitely made up for lost time.
I'm saying you rubbed off on me though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
cause
Put your
ooh,
mic up closer so everybody could hear you.
I
We
mean,
want,
I feel like they can hear me.
yeah, we just want to make sure you know you have such a elegant and beautiful voice. We just want to make sure
You're
everybody
full
is.
of it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. But
Just
okay,
say you know.
whatever.
But now, man, we still been having a whole bunch of conversations and debates and you know what I'm saying. A lot of those things take place offline. For everybody that know me and a wife, man, like yeah, we talk about some stuff, and for people that haven't been around us for a while, they may be under the impression like, man, they debate heavier. You know what I'm saying? They go at it, but it's just the nature of, you know what I'm saying, what we've been doing for like the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, I think you just have two people who are, strong in their belief
Oh
systems
yeah, yeah,
and you know, and I was taught to, this was that's what
yeah. You
I
like
was
to do that.
taught to debate. And
Yeah.
my I had parents, and my aunt and uncle would be like,
See you.
stand on it
See what I'm saying? Yeah.
and go.
See.
Not so.
Yeah. See, you was in
I
a
love
debate
that.
club in
Oh,
school
I
and all.
love
Yeah.
that. Yes, absolutely.
I ain't do all that.
I love to have a conversation. But the thing about debate is it allowed me to debate both sides,
Yes.
and it also gave me a chance to
Excuse me.
be able to look at both sides of something. So I'm not, although I may have my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I can absolutely listen to and hear another perspective. And I think that was something that I got from debate
Yeah.
that I think is very valuable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's healthy to be able to, you know what I'm saying, have certain conversations, uh, in certain settings and everything else. I feel like you learn from that, you grow, you develop, you become better able to understand, you know what I'm saying, your person and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's important for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the mental jousting piece, it definitely keeps you sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should definitely be able to articulate your feelings. And
Yeah, yeah, because
you know
I definitely can't get caught slipping around you
oh
because,
yeah, because if
man,
you do,
it is what it is.
if you do.
It is what it is. But nonetheless, man, one of the things that we've been kind of, well, a number of things that we've been talking about, but one thing that we've been talking about in particular, man, is the current state of our culture and how it's dictating and determining and driving, you know what I'm saying, the decisions that people are making and the way they're setting up their lives and the things that they're in pursuit of and all of those other things. And I think there are some aspects is you know what I'm saying in play, especially as more positive content comes out through different podcasts and different platforms. But there's a lot of negativity that's being spewed, you know what I'm saying, in our community as well, concerning the dynamics of, you know what I'm saying, marriage, and concerning the dynamics of, you know what I'm saying, men and women, and just the whole dating scene and community and relationship and all of that other stuff. So we were kind of talking about some of those pressures and how, you know what I'm saying, certain things that are put out in society as the standard, and certain things that are put out in society as far as what it is that you should be in pursuit of, how those things are now causing damage to, you know what I'm saying, just the vantage point that people have as it relates to, their marriages, as it relates to their friendships, and,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, just their friend groups and all of that other stuff. So um one thing in particular that we were kind of focusing in on is like, man, the divorce rate is steadily increasing.
Hmm.
Like divorce is really become something where people are just casually, you know what I'm saying, walking into it. Like, and again, not to shame anybody as it relates to divorce. I mean, some
We've
things,
all been through stuff.
yeah, yeah, we've
Hmm.
all been through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not to shame anybody as it relates to that, but now it seems as if that's become like, oh, we had an argument on Tuesday, Wednesday I want a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we didn't get along for a week, I don't want to be with you no more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So and it's almost like, and I've heard you say it numerous times, it's like people are getting married and they're spending all of this money to have this
A wedding.
extravagant wedding,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
they're not doing the work.
I want to be a bride, but not a wife.
So,
I want to have a wedding, but I don't want to be married.
but I can't just put it on females no more because I'm starting to see dudes out here. They let performances
Oh
and they
yeah,
let
'cause
they
oh, I
theatrics.
saw one the other day, and I'm not gonna say who it was. Lord, it was a celebrity couple,
Hmm.
and he came on the aisle, and I was just like,
Yeah,
"Wait, is that the
that say
bride? Is that the,
say they
what's
they say they
happening?"
theatrics is a little bit animated right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I mean, I
saying?
think that but I will say, in fairness to men,
Hmm.
I think that for so many years, the wedding was about the bride,
Yeah, for
and I
real.
think that she was like, the star of the show, and the husband was just supporting cast.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair.
Nah.
I think that I feel like the man should enjoy, and be just as important in his wedding as well.
Hmm.
I will say though, I think that as far as it's gone is as far as it needs to go
Yeah, I don't either.
with men. I mean, I think if a woman, you know, it's one of those things. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you know if you have a woman who they bring her out on,
A horse or something.
or something like that,
Yeah,
or they
like
bring her out from the ceiling, or
what?
she's
Yeah,
brought down, like whatever. That's fine. I don't want to see a man coming out angel wings on. I just
nah,
don't want to see it.
nah.
Like I just
Yeah, I might,
because
but
I
hey,
don't want to see it though
yeah, I don't want to see it either.
because
But
I have a it's I I have the talent
mm-hmm.
of laughing at the most inopportune times,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
I don't want to. I don't
yeah.
like.
Certain people, you
I
know what I'm
don't want to
saying.
see you do that.
Yeah, certain people you don't need to be at the event because you know what I'm saying. That the attention will go from the event to you laughing. You know what I'm
Because I'm
saying?
gonna be like,
Yeah, it's
is
just
he? Does
like
he?
what is going on here?
Is he going
Yeah.
down the aisle in a tutu? Like
Yeah.
what's up?
Enough of that.
Like
Enough of that. Yeah, we're gonna let him. We're
so.
gonna let him make it.
But
We're gonna
yeah,
let him make it.
yeah.
But yeah, man, like that's one of them things where we're starting to notice those trends and well, not trends, but that trend, and it's definitely something that myself and a wife are both passionate about, and not that I've always been passionate about it because when we first got married, I didn't really understand what it was to be a husband. I didn't fully understand all that entailed and whatnot. But now having a better understanding of it, and now you know what I'm saying, developing a different level of maturity concerning my faith and everything else, it's like you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely passionate about, you know what I'm saying, the sanctity of marriage and seeing healthy unions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not unions where you don't disagree. Because you know what I'm saying, whenever I've heard people say in the past, oh me and my wife or my
They're
husband don't
lying.
never disagree, I'm like, ah,
They're
is
lying.
is
Or either
that
somebody's a hostage.
I mean,
Because maybe they don't argue, but
but
somebody's a
but is
hostage.
that healthy though?
But I mean, of course
You know what
not,
I'm
because
saying?
somebody's a
Yeah.
hostage. Somebody is not expressing their feelings, and that's a really crazy place to be in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think there's such a thing as healthy conflict and you know what I'm saying, healthy conflict resolution and stuff like that. So a positive conflict resolution. So that's
Hmm.
definitely the thing. But another thing that, you know what I'm saying, not only marriage, but just the state of what's being accepted in our communities, man. Like and not for the sake of glorifying any rapper or, you know what I'm saying, any couple or whatever else. But like a lot of the music that's being dropped these days, you know what I'm saying? And again, our parents probably thought that when we were coming up, the music that we listened to was
I think
horrible
they
as
did, but
well.
I don't. But going on the record, I don't know how they thought that. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
because if you think about our music,
Mm-hmm.
like our rap was not like this. Like we
Yeah,
had
this some different.
conscious rap.
Yeah, this some
Like we
different
had
type
like
of rap
MC
right here,
Light
man.
and Queen
KRS-One
Latifah
and
and KRS.
yeah.
Like we had
Now
people who
we now
were,
we had
we had some trash, but
some NWAs and you know what I'm saying.
we're not gonna play with Cube though. You know
But
I
now
love Cube.
I like Cube, but what Cube was talking
I
about
mean, but
though,
you know,
like those Vaseline and all that. Yeah, we
but they
just
but they had, they just had a,
yeah
so
yeah don't you?
the
I
other
mean
side of the
you know
coin is
yeah
they were
that
telling the
part.
story from their perspective.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay,
So
so
what they were doing, what they were describing certain situations and circumstances.
but right,
All right, so we'll go with
yeah,
that.
so we'll go with
But
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like now, it's almost like
Who can
the
get naked faster?
who not, but not just who could get naked fast.
Or
It's like
who
who
came
could
out naked?
because basically they coming out naked.
Okay,
But now it's like there's no regard for men. You know what I'm
anything,
saying? Respecting women.
anything, anything.
There's no regard for men respecting men. And like some of the women, like cause like to your point, like Queen Latifah and all
Like
of them,
hers was who you
who you
calling her,
calling a B, and now you got
and
women
I
calling
am
themselves the
the
baddest B.
and it's like, woo,
Yeah,
girl.
so like we were just noticing like because our kids are growing up in this and we you know what I'm saying have to kind of like sit down and have certain intentional conversations with them to ensure that we're providing them with healthy content. You know what I'm saying to consider, but it's like man, what is our culture doing? Like we perpetuating a lot of foolishness right now. And I want to say this, you know what I'm saying, not to marginalize or you know what I'm saying, make the conversation just all about the black community. But right now that's kind of like the thing that I'm talking about because it's like our community, we really and truly are in a space where we're not doing anything to uplift one another as much as we should. Now,
Well, I
and I'm
think
not
we
talking about
are,
every space.
but I think that we are. I think there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of situations where we are really doing a really good. We're doing a really good job
Mm-hmm.
at uplifting one another and whatever. but I just don't think that it gets the light
That it should.
that it should. I
Yeah,
think
that it
there are
should.
so many situations, like especially living here in Dallas,
Hmm.
man, there are so many situations
Yeah.
where it's like, black girls get together and do blah blah blah,
Hmm.
and black guys get together and do so and so, and it's not even we're just hoarding it
Hmm.
because we are definitely giving the information out to other
Hmm.
communities and other
Yeah, definitely.
cultures, definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Not that.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's
So
not what they're shining the light
so
on.
you think there's an intentional algorithm that you know what I'm saying
Absolutely.
perpetuates and
Absolutely.
shows you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
It's just like if you compare let's compare country music to not R&B because I think
Hmm.
R&B I think that in R&B men are still loving on women.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
mean
women
they freaky with it, but
I mean,
I
you
mean
know.
they a little freakier
I
than
mean, but
I
hey,
mean
do what you do.
yeah, yeah.
But I think they're still living on women. I
Hmm.
think in R&B, women are still loving on men
Hmm.
and still fighting for their love and everything else. But if you compare like country music to, you know, um, let's compare it to rap.
Hmm.
Some rap, not all of it, but
Hmm.
some of it. It's like country music. The men are talking about loving on women and
Yeah.
doing all the stuff and loving on their kids and
Hmm.
doing all the stuff. And their rap is like
Yeah, them boys, some of them boys going in
they
right
are
now.
like, ooh,
Yeah, them boys.
and
Yeah.
so it's, but I think I think it's absolutely intentional. I think
Mm.
that there's a certain um, fear of communities,
Mm.
and when you have a fear of those communities, you want to control them because you're afraid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think what ends up happening is the best way I can control you is, it's like with anything else. I'm going to tell you what to do so I can control you. I don't
Yeah.
want you to get too far gone and
Hmm.
then I have to bring you back in. So, I mean, I think that we definitely have, a lot of really great movements,
Hmm.
but I don't think they're
They're being
we have to go
recognized to
looking for
highlight
them.
it. Yeah.
You have to go
Yeah.
find it. You have to say,
Yeah.
I want to know more about a a foundation that does this, that, and the third.
Hmm.
But you have to go looking for it. It's not going to
It's
be
not just available
right,
without you doing some
right.
research. You know what I'm
Like you
saying?
have,
Yeah.
all the different foundations that may be something that helps, sick children,
Hmm.
right? So, and that's not a color thing. That's just sick children.
Yeah. Period.
But
Yeah.
or you have like the Humane Society, and I mean those are animals, but you
Hmm.
still have that's still positive.
Hmm.
But you don't have like other like something for different communities
Yeah.
that's just there.
I,
You just don't see it.
I mean, it's crazy because one of the things that we've been, especially more so the wife, you know what I'm saying, than anything that she's been working on behind the scenes is setting up these retreats for women. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the was it the well I ain't go
With
you yeah you go ahead and tell it. I don't want to.
so it's Wish
Mm-hmm.
Women in Spiritual Healing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for women who just need to be heard,
Mm-hmm.
be seen.
Mm-hmm.
To my hope is that it will be well my vision is that it
Mm-hmm.
will be something where women can find themselves because with and it's nothing against men,
Mm-hmm.
it's just that I'm not a man, so I don't know the
Oh yeah,
struggles
we have a
um,
component that will
that
address
we'll
with
get
that.
to,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's I don't know the struggles that men have as where I've experienced it. I know what
Mm-hmm.
I've been told and I know what
Mm-hmm.
I see, but I don't know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know what it feels like to, have been a young woman who had all these dreams and aspirations, and then you get married, and then you have children, and then you are, everything to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and your dreams and aspirations and everything gets pushed further and further and further down
Mm-hmm.
until it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And this is just something to help women not, because I'm not saying okay we're going to change our career fields or anything like that, but it is something to put you in connection with other women who may be feeling something that you're feeling, and you can feed each other,
And it be something
and
positive.
it be
You know what I'm
something
saying? Yeah, and
positive,
it be
something
something positive.
uplifting. It
Yeah.
may put you in, if you need to speak to a mental health professional, this might help you to get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
or the computer just did something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
It should be good.
or something like that. But it's
Mm.
it's it's just to get women to feel good about themselves again, and to use their voices, and not be afraid, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that, and I mean, and I think that's because I've been able to been blessed with the opportunity to see firsthand like how God kind of impregnated you with that whole, and it's been something that what I'm saying you've always been passionate about, but now to see how God is allowing it to to, come into fruition in this particular season of everything that what I'm saying is going on is definitely a beautiful thing because I've seen you grow. I've seen, what I'm saying, your conversation and the things that you reference and the things that you're considering concerning your growth and development, shift and change over the years. It's always been where you've, what I'm saying, looked to positive things, but now, what I'm saying, you're looking more as it relates to your development as a follower of Christ and everything else. Like that's definitely having an impact that I'm noticing. And still we have a long way to go in that regard, but, and I feel like that's an everyday thing, but to see what what I'm saying you're doing and to see the passion that you have behind it and the drive that you have behind it and not have it be a situation where what I'm saying it's about anything as far as just strictly for monetization purposes, but like you really want to see women
I do.
in a better because we've gone, man, listen, we've gone through some stuff in our marriage, you know what I'm saying, we've gone through some stuff in our lives, period, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Mhm.
And I think for you to take um that stuff that you've gone through and the things that God has blessed you to heal from and the things that God has allowed you to become better because of, what I'm saying, and share that with other individuals and say, look, let's all come together collectively as a community and talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? And not, and when I'm saying community, I'm not talking about white, black,
Oh
yellow,
no.
blue, green. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a community of women who've gone through some things and now are simply looking to become, what I'm saying, better in the spaces that they're in. And you know what I'm saying, have a foundation of fellowship and community with other women who are on the same things that they're on. Because I think that's important as well, man. Like if you, and kind of keeping in line with the culture or whatever, because if you associate with things that are not feeding you, or if you associate with individuals that are not putting you in a place or in a situation where you can grow and develop,
You
I
starve.
feel like that's dangerous, yeah.
I agree.
Because you have nothing to reference, you have nothing
Mhm.
to pull from, you have nothing to kind of look at and be like, okay, and bounce off of other women or other men, you know what I'm saying, as it relates to just things that you're thinking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and I thank God because that's something for the longest, like, um, that I didn't realize I needed as much as I you know what I'm saying did need it, and I'm so grateful and thankful for it now. But just like relationships with brothers, you know what I'm saying, who are actively and intentionally seeking after Christ in the same
Mhm.
way that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversations that I have with my brothers concerning, and it's not always just, you know what I'm saying, religious based, but it's like we doing life together.
Right.
So some of those conversations, when we're having those conversations, we're able to hold one another accountable, or we're able to point something out to one another and just be like, hey man, listen, you have to be intentional about this or mindful of that.
Mhm.
But the thing that's crazy is like the stuff that we're on, you know what I'm saying, the entire culture is not on that. You know what I'm saying? Or there are different fractions. And let me I take that back. I'm not gonna say the entire culture is not on it, but to your point, it's not being highlighted. It's
Right.
not being illuminated. It's not something that's a spotlight is being, you know what I'm saying, placed on it for other people to be able to reference it and say, okay, man, let me get myself around this other type of, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, group
Right.
of brothers to be able to do whatever else. But
And that puts a I think when within that, it puts a certain um negative um, feeling behind it.
mm-hmm,
So you have this young man who is um, um, uh, looking to live his life in a way that God will be proud of. He is
mm-hmm,
looking to be a good husband. He's looking to be a good father. So but he's a young man.
yeah,
He's 18, 19 years old.
mm-hmm,
And he is walking the walk and talking the talk. So then you have women
mm-hmm,
who are that age, young women, and because of what they're seeing on social media or what they're hearing in, in whatever circles they're in, or whatever. Now this really good young man
Mm-hmm.
gets the label of being corny, or he
Yeah,
gets the
him,
label
bro.
of being soft, or he gets the label of being weak. And it's like, long term, this is going to be a man that is going to lead a household,
Yeah,
that
definitely.
is going to follow God, that is going to be someone that you want to be married to and you want to have children with and whatever. Because, when we're younger, we all like the boy who's kind of rough and get into stuff and
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. But if he doesn't grow up, then what ends up happening is you just have all kind of hell in your household,
yeah,
and
definitely.
it's cute when you're young, but then when you're an adult and you're settled, like, I,
Yeah, you don't want to play. Yeah, like say,
nah,
bro.
I
We
want
yeah,
that.
we in our 30s and 40s and
Even,
approaching 50s and
yeah,
all that stuff.
and
Now,
and
like,
and now you come home talking about you got fired because you're at work fighting. Like, I'm gonna need you to do
yeah,
better.
man,
Like,
boy, you got fired
you
because you
got
was fighting.
right,
What,
because you were fighting.
bro?
I'm sorry. So now, so
Yeah.
now, like,
Wait, you called me on.
no, but you know what I'm saying, or you know, uh,
Oh
yeah,
man,
I got pulled over. I had to work in the car. I'm sorry.
you had that what in the
Wait,
car?
but we're we
Yeah,
so now I have to lose everything.
because you
Our
had that work in the
children are
car.
gonna lose everything because because you were at work and you were fighting.
Yeah, for
Like
real.
I don't I need you to come home and tell me how you had an intelligent conversation with someone. I need you
Yeah,
to come home and
definitely.
tell me how you know whatever. But it is willful ignorance, and that
And
is just something that we really have to do better.
I mean, I think what it is more important than anything that we impact. You know what I'm saying? Like the younger kids, the kids like that are our children's age, and you know what I'm saying. To make sure somebody is sitting down having conversations with them to make sure we clarify, like, hey, listen, say, man, that stuff they putting on TV and on
It,
social media and all that stuff, they making that, they glorifying that stuff like it's cool, but say they ain't gonna sustain you in life. You
and
know what I'm
and
saying?
and what they put on television is not real.
Yeah.
So even reality TV is not, it's not real.
Nah,
It's
it's yeah.
not
That stuff is
real.
edited, man.
It is
Yeah.
edited, and it's no.
Mm-hmm.
And because here's the deal, you're watching um Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
How you think they got into a fight in public and they ain't go to jail?
Yeah, for
Like,
real.
what? So the police never showed up and never took them to jail?
Say I
Come on,
yeah,
like this
that's
is not real, or
yeah.
whatever. And it's very important that we make our children and younger people understand. Your favorite rapper who's talking about all the women and all the money and the this and the that. He goes home to a wife,
Yeah, for real.
and he's doing corny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He is um rubbing his wife's feet, or he's doing whatever he like, and he got you over here on some.
Some
Oh, I'm
foolishness.
going to a strip club. I'm going to do so and so. That's
But
not what
he
he's
ain't doing.
doing.
See,
That is not what
but
he's
see you,
doing.
he ain't doing it. But see, you bring up another point because even with the women as well that uh, drive home a certain message. Man, the responsibility that you have, and this is something we talk about on the regular. The responsibility. I feel like you should look at it as a responsibility when you're given a certain level of influence in your community. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. If you know that you're articulating a message that is leading to the demise of, you know what I'm saying, those in your community. Although you may be behind the scenes trying to give another message, the thing that you know what I'm saying, are being highlighted for is the negative message. I feel like, man, that there has to now be some level of just, you know what I'm saying, consciousness in saying, hey, listen, I can't keep rapping or
But
singing about this stuff just to get money.
and I
Because at some point, and we, and my bad cutting
no,
you
no,
off.
I was cutting you off.
Yeah, but my thing is, because at some point, how much money is enough? Because I get it. Some people, they doing it so they could achieve a certain financial status. But then once you put your hands on a certain amount of money, it's like, man, listen, okay, now I'm in a position where I could pursue other things. I don't have to keep, you know what I'm saying?
But so you but the flip side is, okay. So if you are um, 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 this person,
Mm-hmm.
and you know better.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, I like this kind of, music or this kind of whatever it is that I'm doing, but I know better.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when I go home to a husband or a wife and children and a duck pond and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
Then that is kind of your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll come back to kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really are coming from whatever
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't know better,
Mm-hmm.
like if you don't know better, you can't do better.
I,
Like
I, I,
and then you have people around you who are encouraging you to
to do that
keep
foolishness.
doing the silly stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they are trying to make it where you don't learn
Mm-hmm.
because you're there, you're the gravy train.
Yeah, for real.
Like if you get your stuff together and you stop rapping this stupid stuff,
Then I ain't gonna eat
then
none of that. Yeah, for
I'm not
real.
gonna be able to go to the club with you and sit in the VIP section and order bottles of liquor that cost someone's mortgage
Yeah, for
and
real.
then spray it all over the crowd.
Oh
I'm not
man.
gonna be
Yeah.
able to be seen with you, or I'm not gonna,
Mm-hmm.
so I want you to stay ignorant because I
Mm-hmm.
need you to stay ignorant. Meanwhile, I'm somewhere I'm not ignorant,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm over here doing stuff and being like, you saw him acting like that? He's so stupid.
Yeah, for real.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it, there are some situations where people aren't doing better because they don't know better. And then I was saying the reason I said to a certain extent is kind of at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
it is not people's responsibility to, if I'm an actor,
Mm-hmm.
I'm an actress and I'm like this major actress and whatever, and they're like, man, every time we see Lashana in public, she was just in this really good movie. She acts a jerk when she's in public.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I didn't. I'm an actress.
Yeah.
I'm pretending.
So you pretending
So
like you're a good
I'm pretending
person.
like I'm a good person. And so it's your responsibility
Mm-hmm.
to teach your children to
Mm-hmm.
behave a way.
Mm-hmm.
It is your responsibility to make sure your children go to college,
Mm-hmm.
or not necessarily go to
Or
college, but
help
just,
steward their you
yeah,
help guide their lives in
that's
the
your
right
job.
direction.
That's not
Yeah,
my job.
definitely.
I'm over here pretending.
Mm-hmm.
So like this week I was pretending to be a good person in a
Mm-hmm.
movie. Next week I'm gonna pretend to be a killer. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's on you.
Yeah.
And we cannot make celebrities responsible for being role models unless they sign up to be role models. Like an actress did not, a actress, a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
a baker, a whatever. They didn't sign up to be role models.
But
They
I'm not.
signed up to do what it is they're doing. And you, us as parents,
Mm-hmm.
or big sisters, or big brothers, or what, little brothers or little sisters,
Mm-hmm.
whoever we are, it is our job to say, baby, look, I know you really like that rapper.
Mm-hmm.
She has a great body. She has great fashion sense or whatever. But like in your real life,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't go in public dressed like she's dressed.
But see like the so I'll say this for actors and actresses, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of give them a pass. You know what I'm saying? And even as it relates to some individuals who are in a certain lane concerning the music industry, you know what I'm saying? I'll even kind of let them off the hook a little bit. But I'm talking about these influencers that, you know what I'm saying, uh, intentionally, you know what I'm saying, and purposely place themselves in a spotlight.
They're
You know what
actors
I'm
too,
saying?
though.
That I
They're
know
actors
that,
too.
I realize they're actors as well. You know what I'm saying? But now you violent. So say for instance, if I'm in this movie, I've been
Mhm.
given a script, and I
Mhm.
realize these individuals are being given scripts as well. So
Okay.
I get that.
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying? The script that you're being given, you know what I'm saying? It's almost as if you're volunteering and you're not providing. You know how when you watch movies, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, this is fictional, this is
Mhm.
based
Mhm.
on a true
Don't try
story.
this.
Don't try this at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do this.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you get all of this different information as it relates to the movie. But now when you're dealing with these influencers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them have created personas where it's almost like they're not giving you that. They're not telling you that this is a script. They're not telling you
But again, it's not their. Is the thing about it is, it's
it's not
not their
their response.
responsibility
I agree, it's not their responsibility. But at the end of the day,
unless they have a platform where they are. You can go to some like on Instagram. I follow a lot of people who do like motivational things, or
mm-hmm,
they do like the daily affirmation or whatever.
mm-hmm,
Now, if I see them somewhere,
mm-hmm,
I'm out, and this person normally has like all these affirmations, and I go somewhere and they're cussing somebody out, I'm gonna be like, oh,
Girl, I ain't know you do that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like I thought you were,
Yeah,
but
girl, I ain't know you do that.
if I'm following a guy who is um he's a comedian on Instagram or whatever, and he is his most of his comedy is at the expense of someone else.
Yeah.
Well, if I see him in person and he's like
He cutting up.
he's saying something to someone as far as their feelings are hurt, I'm be like, girl, when you saw him coming, you should have
You
known
should
to
have got
get
out of
out
his
of his
way.
way
Yeah, I get, but see, and I
because
get
it's
that,
not real.
but I get that to a degree, but I still am, you know what I'm saying, mindful in the sense, or you know what I'm saying, aware in the sense that some individuals realize that it's almost like you're feeding poison to someone and you know it's causing them damage, but you're not ingesting the poison yourself. And we talk
Okay, but
about.
in fairness,
Mm-hmm,
if you walk up to somebody
mm-hmm,
and they have all this food in front of them
mm-hmm. And they're
and
not
they're
eating none
not
of it.
eating
Yeah, don't you eat it.
it,
Yeah,
and you start eating
yeah.
it, then I don't be sitting here looking at you like, now you saw they weren't eating it,
So why you eat?
so why
But
you eat
but
it?
but but see, and then because this is something that we talk about as well, and staying in that same lane,
Mm-hmm.
like it is the parents' responsibility. You should have a great deal of influence,
Mm-hmm.
but like
You are
we've
your
been, but
children's.
but we've been blessed though, like in a way, like you know what I'm saying, and it didn't always, because early on in our marriage, we made financial sacrifices and still make financial sacrifices because you know what I'm saying. It was important to us that you be home with the
Mm-hmm.
kids. It was
Mm-hmm.
important to us that when the kids left in the morning and when they came home in the evening, they saw one of us.
All
You know
glory
what
to
I'm
God.
saying? And it's all glory to God that we were in a situation where we've been able to do that, and you know what I'm saying. Still been blessed to live a decent life. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, and with that being said, you have some kids and some parents that are not in that situation. You have some people, you know what I'm saying, and we, man, listen, we in no means way shape or form or you know what I'm saying where we uh desire to be as concerning our end goal concerning finances, but nonetheless I realize the blessings that
Right.
have come along the way concerning our marriage and you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
our family and that whole dynamic. But you have some parents who are now in situations where they have to get up and go to work before the kids leave, and then
Yes.
when the kids come home, they're still not there. So these are latchkey kids, and they're basically looking at television, and they're basically looking at social media, and they're basically looking at all of these other things as a point of reference for them to be able to establish for themselves what the standard is. Because just like even with us, man, like I know our kids love us to death, but when we providing guidance for our kids and trying to give them information, it's a lot of times them children don't be listening to that. You know
No,
what
they
I'm
don't.
saying? And I know they get to a point later on in life where it becomes applicable because we just want to make sure we're providing a decent model
Mm-hmm.
and we're making sure we give them the information. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, everything we tell our kids, they don't listen. Not
But
they
but
don't have no choice. They're gonna
but
sit
there is
down.
but there is a difference between you choose not
Hmm.
to take the information
Hmm.
versus you weren't
You weren't
given
given the
the
information.
information.
Yeah.
It's almost like with the children, and you and we don't do this. So I'm just using this as an example.
Hmm.
But if you hear about people say all the time, oh, because when I was younger, like if we didn't eat that, we went to bed hungry.
Hmm.
Okay, but there's a difference
Hmm.
between you went to bed hungry because you didn't want to eat what was
Hmm.
provided versus you went to bed hungry because there was nothing there.
Seeing that, even with that,
That's different.
and see, even with that, that's another thing. Like, so a lot of those people, when you hear them, and not all, but a lot of those people, you know what I'm saying? Because like our kids have options. Sometimes it's almost like you a short order cook. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like one
no, not
kid
short,
might
not
be,
sometimes.
well, a lot
Every
of
night.
times it's like one kid is eating this, then another
Mm-hmm.
kid is eating that, and it's like, and for me, it's like, man, listen, we got a healthy, wholesome meal here. Y'all eat that. You know what I'm saying? But man don't want that, and Saint don't want it, and Milan, you and Milan don't eat meat. So you know what I'm saying? We have to compensate for that. So it's like, in a lot of ways, I understand the dynamics of that. But for some people, when they were saying like, if I didn't eat that, I went to bed hungry, it was like because there was no other option in the
and
house. You
and
know what I'm
that
saying? Like
and
that was it.
but now in situations like that, that is again okay. So now you have there's a difference between going to bed hungry because you didn't want what was provided
Hmm.
versus you there was nothing,
Yeah.
and then another one is you didn't want what was provided. There were other options, but you couldn't have anything else. It was
Hmm.
like Yeah, there are other things in it, but you can't have that. You can only have this.
But in most cases, though, in back then, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just speaking just from the things that I'm, you know what I'm saying, that I understand. But back then, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people, they didn't have just no whole bunch of multiple options.
But okay, and that's and I believe that. But
Mm.
also, I don't believe that everyone who grew up in our generation grew up without
No, they didn't grow
or
up.
in
No,
lack. I
everybody didn't
believe,
grow up
yeah,
impoverished.
and I
No,
do
nah,
believe there are
nah.
some children because I know quite a few,
Mm.
people that I went to school with whose parents did really well.
Mm.
I mean, really well.
Mm.
Um, and it was just on some you gonna eat what I told you to eat because I told you to eat it, and
Yeah, I mean,
that's
yeah.
child abuse.
I mean, I ain't gonna say
That's not
it's
right.
I ain't
That's
gonna
child
call it
abuse.
I ain't gonna call it
That's child
child
abuse.
abuse. I
That's
mean, I think it's you know what I'm saying. Well, you're not giving them options, but I'm not
it's
gonna
child
just say it's
abuse.
child abuse. Man, listen, cause you got them kids spoiled. Cause
Mm-hmm.
see if it was up to me, say we got
But
beans
okay, so
and
now,
rice.
but again,
That's
no,
it.
because is it like I said, and then we'll only touch on this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go to a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
there have been so many times you're like, oh, I'm gonna go wash my hands, or I'm gonna go do so and so.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if when you came back,
Mm-hmm.
I ordered your food for
Oh,
you?
I got to pay
No,
for that though.
no, no. I'm saying, but I ordered your food and I ordered you what I wanted you to have.
See, I feel
I
like
was
I would.
like, well, I was having a meatless burger,
Yeah, I feel some
um,
kind of way, but
and
them children
and
don't buy
and
no
I was
groceries in here
having
though.
and I was having, something that you absolutely don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but if I'm eating it, you're eating it.
Say, but listen, here's the difference. Them kids don't buy no groceries in here.
What difference does it make?
Cause I got to buy the groceries. That's what the difference is.
No,
And I
that's
ain't tripping. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not.
I mean,
No.
let them do what they do. But I'm saying them kids don't buy no groceries,
Yeah,
son.
no,
So listen, here's
no.
my thing. You know what I'm saying? See if you not laying up there and contributing in the financial, you know what I'm saying, way in the financial sense, we'll take your opinion into consideration, but very little bit.
But what about
But say
but what
our
about
kids.
all the years I didn't work?
But I'm
That
just
so you
I wasn't. I mean, you my wife. You know
oh
what I'm
okay.
saying? What I had, what was mine is yours, and what's
So
yours
I'm
is
saying
mine. That's
so
different.
I was gonna come to say, but you were like, nope,
Nah, that's
you're
different.
eating liver and
Nah,
rice.
that's completely different. But I'm
Ugh.
saying though, cause that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And we be on sometimes be like, okay, we got to reel them in, cause we've always, and our kids are not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I want to be very clear with that.
Hmm.
But we've always given them a voice. We've always given them the ability to express themselves. You know what I'm saying? To the point where why you looking
I'm
like that?
I'm trying to figure out where you going with it.
But I'm just saying. But like sometimes, we even have the real them in sometimes. You dig what I'm saying? As it relates to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be more say for instance with Saint, because Saint is the youngest out of the bunch.
Uh-huh.
So since he's the last one and he's observed what everybody else has done, Saint is real like he gonna keep asking you the same thing over and over till you give him the answer that he wants. And if you don't give him the answer he wants, he's not gonna stop there. You know what I'm saying? He's very like, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
But I'm saying, cause see, but you cool with that because of other reasons.
What's the other reason?
Well, I'll let you tell your own story. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eat this what I told you
But
to eat.
he's asking for understanding though. I think
Say be understanding. Say just be want what he want.
I
That's,
but and let me say this because I can feel it in my spirit when I say it was child abuse.
yeah, man.
Like,
Everybody
cause
know you playing.
but
Yeah,
somebody will be like, "Oh my God, it's not." It's gonna be
yeah.
that
It's
thing.
yeah. We know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Um, but I think a lot of times with children,
Mm.
it's like we we were. I was allowed to understand why.
Mm.
I was allowed to. I don't understand
Mm.
why you're saying no.
Mm.
I don't understand, and I was allowed to respectfully,
Mm.
at the right time, inquire about,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
said no,
Why you
why
saying
you
no?
say no,
Yeah. What was the
and
reason?
what
Yeah.
is the reason? And there was a lot of I learned a lot
Mm.
from that. If you tell children, and I think I probably said this before in another podcast, if you tell children no because I said so, where is the lesson in that?
I mean,
Well,
it's really
how
yeah.
did the kid learn something from that? And now, when moving forward, when something happens, and there would have been a lesson in that,
Mm.
and something bad happens,
Mm.
you could have prevented that bad thing
Yeah,
from happening
if you
if you
told
had
them.
just taken a few seconds to make them understand.
Yeah, I mean, I think
There's nothing wrong with it's nothing like so when he's asking I just feel like
I mean, I mean,
because
I know that's your baby, but
no, I just feel like no is not an answer. And when I say that, I say that very carefully in the way that I'm not gonna be told no.
yeah, I
Like
mean,
I'm not
but you an adult. You almost you know what I'm saying. Well, you don't mind sharing your age. You
47.
almost 50 years old.
Okay,
So for you, that's different.
but no was
Sa
never an answer for me.
but
No
I'm
was
saying,
never an
and
answer.
your parents created a monster. You
Not
know what I'm
at
saying?
all.
Oh, they created a
I'm calling
monster.
Uncle Carlton as soon as we
That
get off of this
that's
podcast.
fine. And you know what I'm saying. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. But yo,
I don't. I
there
think
was
I'm
a
a
monster
wonderful
created.
person.
But not and not that doesn't take anything away from you as a person. But you know what I'm saying. You do not like to be told no, and when you're told no, you become you know what I'm saying frustrated. You become and I'm not gonna even be on some like you're a spoiled brat or whatever else. And the stuff that you be asking for is typically within reason. You know what I'm saying? I'll say 90% of the time. But you know what I'm saying? You just don't like to be told
I'm not
no.
gonna be told no.
But now you've created
Because
this.
and the reason I say that is there's no reason to tell me no.
Why?
There's
How do you
never
figure that?
because there's never a reason to tell me no.
See, that's we have to talk about that in another podcast because you just alerted me to something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we gonna talk
No,
about that. Yeah, some you say you there's no reason to tell you
there's
no.
no
All
reason.
right, so now watch this up. Watch what I'm about to do.
Okay,
So when God tell you no,
okay.
ain't no reason for him to tell you no either.
So when God tells me no, there's a reason.
Okay, you said when I tell you
But
no,
when any human being,
tells you no. What if God is using them to give you the no?
nope, I'm not. I'm. Because
Man,
then how do I know that that's no? That's we're not doing that.
but I'm just what
No, no,
I
I'm.
mean. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not. No, it's not an option. I just feel like
But
there's another way. Um, you can tell me later.
you if so here's the thing.
But I was gonna
Wait,
say
wait,
no.
no, no, no,
No,
no,
I
no,
would
no.
let me
Wait, let me
finish.
no.
If you can tell me later,
See you about to lie. So I'm gonna
I'm
stop
not
you.
gonna
I'm
lie.
gonna stop you from.
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
I'm gonna
just gonna
stop you.
say
No, I'm gonna stop you from telling a lie. Cause if somebody tell you wait or later, that's worse than telling you no. So you about to sit here and so
So
now
I
I'm a,
was what I was gonna say
go
was
ahead. I'm listening.
if you tell me later and there's understanding behind it. You just can't tell me.
Boy, boy, stop. Boy, stop. Come on, man. Finish with your finish with your stuff. Go ahead. Cause see now you who are you? That's what I'm saying. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? You say if somebody tell
If I
you
ask you to just do it, just do it and get over
see
with.
now
Okay, so
there go
let's
it's
just do.
coming out.
Okay, so let's just do it and get over with because you're wasting my time.
See now it's coming out.
Okay, so
See
whatever.
and now imagine a
Uh,
4-year old, you know what I'm saying, who's not as mature, who's not as seasoned, but with the same energy.
but
You
he
know what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
and he don't have tantrums and he don't fall out
No, he don't have no
and
no,
none
he's
of it.
persistent.
And I'm okay with that.
He what?
I'm okay with that because he'll be a strong adult.
Yeah, we
I want to raise strong
that's
adults.
yeah.
I don't want timid little, they
Nah.
you go somewhere and somebody, like you I want our children to know their worth, stand up for themselves, have a voice and stand on it.
I mean
Like
I
I'm not like when people are like, "Oh, because and I'll never forget, I'm not going to say his name, but when we were in Germany, little dude, and we're going back and forth because we used to have just conversations. And he was like, "Oh, because," and he used the word that I couldn't stand. It wasn't like he didn't call me a name or anything. You know,
oh yeah.
you
Yeah, yeah,
remember?
yeah, I remember, yeah.
And it wasn't like he called me a name, but he just, he said something I didn't like, and it was like I told him, "Well, if somebody has to change their mind, you change your mind.
Yeah, cause you ain't
Like we're going back and forth, and you're like, oh, because you won't just you won't see it from other. I do see it from a different perspective. Your argument was weak, so I'm standing on mine. If your argument had been one where it made me reevaluate how I felt, because in fairness to me, I will say, you know what? I never considered that.
yeah, you
And
you
that
will do that sometimes.
absolutely makes sense. And I'll come back and be like, I see it different now. But if you have a weak argument, I'm not. So I should abandon.
But
But
you
that's what I'm saying.
all right,
I
go
should
ahead.
abandon how I feel over a weak argument.
No,
That is
I'm not ever telling
insanity.
you I'm
I'm not
not
doing it.
and we done went
And
all the way left.
yeah,
I'm
about
not
that
even
going. Just
saying
tell me yes and let's move along.
no nobody's gonna always tell you yes. You know what I'm saying? Like this
But
and I live with this every day. So nonetheless, you know what I'm
but
saying?
here's the question though.
Well,
How often do I tell you no? I would.
You don't tell me
I will
no whole lot,
wait.
but I don't be asking you no whole lot like that either.
I ask a lot.
No, I'm not saying that, but you just don't like to be told no.
Okay, but in that, do I ask for a lot?
I mean, I can't say that. You know what
Or
I'm saying? You go out of like above. Nah, I
okay,
can't say that.
okay. And so I feel like the stuff I ask for, just say yes and be done with it. And then the stuff that you ask, be done with it. Let's move on because
Some
now we're wasting time.
Cause see, somebody has to stay grounded, and somebody has to stay rooted, and somebody has to be the adult in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And there are certain times that I have to do that. So that's why I tell you no.
So
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say no.
so what?
It sounded good.
It didn't
It did.
at
When it
all.
was coming out of my mouth, it tasted good.
But it didn't.
It tasted real good.
Okay.
But now, man, it's still one of those things though. Just getting back because we went all the way left, and
Yeah.
now we gonna come back.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
like,
We had a little detour.
yeah, but
It was
it's
a little
fine.
construction.
All of that needed to be said
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But again, I feel like the stuff that is being perpetuated in society and in culture, and you know what I'm saying. The culture period is you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say is bad overall, but there are certain things that are perpetuated in it and that are glorified in it that I don't feel like are in the best interest. You know what I'm saying, of the younger people that are coming up, and there needs to be someone that can, in a very relatable way, articulate to them that what it is that they're viewing and what it is that you know what I'm saying they're taking in and using as a point of reference or using as a standard should not necessarily be their standard. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think it has to be in a responsible way and in a way that yeah, in a healthy way. I think at the end of the day, the main thing that's going on that has caused everything that's going on is I think it's this man versus woman thing.
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
that it
definitely.
has created all of this. I think
I
that
think so as well.
it is, and I don't understand why. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't even put my finger on, because a lot of things you can kind of trace back and be like, well, that's when that happened, or this is when that happened. But I can't even put my finger on when. And I'm gonna say black men and black women simply because I'm black. Even though I know that I'm pretty sure it's in other communities
Yeah,
or
definitely.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know when we started hating each other so bad. I don't know when it became a thing where it was, men getting on whatever soapbox they're on, talking about how terrible black women are and blah, blah, blah. And then the same thing on the other side where black women are saying it. And I'm not saying that all of us, I'm not saying that every single, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying when we have our different things that are going on, I think that it all kind of ties back to that.
I mean, but you could see the shift taking place over time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see the dynamic, and it wasn't just sudden. It was like it was starting to move, and you can see it moving, and then once it gained momentum, it was almost like you know what I'm saying, the snowball effect. It wasn't gonna be stopped, but I agree. You know what I'm saying? The battle of the sexes that is currently in place is definitely pivotal and at the forefront of a lot of the disagreements in the direction in which you know what I'm saying things are being driven. I think for so long men had silenced women's voices, and I think over a period of time, just like with everything else, you know what I'm saying, you had a generation of women that was coming up, and it was like, nah, bro, I'm tired of that. I'm not gonna keep letting you, and I think when they decided that their voices would no longer be you know what I'm
Silenced.
saying, silenced or muted or you know what I'm saying, disregarded or whatever else, I think there was such a tone of aggression that accompanied it
Okay.
that now you know what I'm saying it's kind of gotten out of hand, and not just from the side of women, you know what I'm saying, but men as well, and it's like they don't understand that we actually are better together, you know what I'm saying, like
So
that's
much better.
yeah, because
And
it's
it's no, go out. Go out. Okay, thank you. Go out.
close the door, love
Okay,
you.
we're recording. I'll call you back.
Okay, quick question. Quick question.
We're
We're
recording.
recording. Call you right back. Can't. It's like it's live. Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
So y'all so y'all just got first hand to see. Like I told, we don't make this up. So that was Saint. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Shana told him, no, we recording. But you see he stepped coming with that phone.
Well,
And
but in fairness to him, he came in
yeah.
here because his older brother was on the phone.
Yeah,
And then I
and
tell him I'm recording,
yeah.
and he's like, real quick, but I had to stop him because you just
Yeah.
don't know what he was gonna say.
But for real, because the mic was right
Yeah,
there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. But listen, we still got a whole lot more stuff to talk about, man. So I think we should make this a two part. So we're gonna take a intermission. I'm gonna let you call Wody back.
I'm
Well,
not.
not let you
I'm
call
not calling.
Wody.
I'm not changing clothes though.
No, we not because we about to continue the
Oh, okay,
conversation that
cause
we're having because
yeah.
there's still a lot more. We haven't sat down in this format in a few weeks and talked about all of the stuff that we've been talking about. So we're at that point in a conversation where we want to be respectful of
Mm-hmm.
everyone's time anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick a pin in this right here, and we're gonna come back to the conversation that we were having in the
Just
next
now.
episode just now. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a part two to this one. You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
with that said, understand
Yeah.
it's coming out next week. So next week when it comes out and you see us in the same clothes, please
I
in
mean,
the
I mean,
don't start flooding us. Well, how come you have the same clothes on?
ain't nobody gonna say
They
we say
will.
we got
We have really,
the people that watch
because you know they
the
gonna give us a hard
podcast.
time
Yeah, I mean, like
because they're our
the people that
friends.
we talk to on the phone that
Yeah.
call us, yeah,
Why you have on
they
the
gonna
same
be like, boy,
clothes?
I know, you know what I'm saying? Because one of my dudes, he be like, why you don't have no shoes on your feet? he always he always asks me. He be like, man, say, but that was good, but why you ain't have no shoes on?
Because we don't wear shoes in our house.
But I'm
But
saying he don't.
it'd be so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, but
Like,
he be wanting to know what it is. But say so with that being said, we're gonna stick a pin in it right
uh-huh.
there. Because we definitely want to be respectful of everyone's time. Again, please continue to share the content, continue to hit the notification button so turn on your notifications so you know when we drop a new video. Continue to comment, subscribe, and please share the content with your people, man. We're just in a space again where we're trying to put out positive content that we hope leads to positive dialogue, positive conversations. Dialogue and conversations are the same thing, but just you know what I'm saying, an overall healthy environment and existence in your community, in your social settings, and in your social groups, man. Because I feel like we definitely need that because there's so many other things in our culture and in our societies right now that are pushing an opposite narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, you got anything else to say,
In the
or
next,
you gonna say it in the next one?
of
So
course,
we just gonna be like part two coming and just
part two
that's it.
coming. That's it.
Say, man, listen, thank y'all for watching part one. The next part is on the way next week.
In the
Well, like
same
my wife
clothes,
said, we gonna have the same clothes on, man.
and he still had no shoes on his feet.
Still ain't gonna have no shoes on my feet. Hey, appreciate y'all taking some time to spend with us. You know what I'm saying? Please, again, continue to share the content, continue to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and prayerfully, man, this is something that leads to some positive content within your communities. You all have a blessed remainder of the day. Peace.